Hiya folks, JD here, and today we're looking at this little guy. This is a little nanocopter. This is the Lead ERC L7. It's been on charge now for overnight. I did notice that before I actually went to bed last night that it was fully charged, so it takes around about an hour and a half to charge. So this is like quite a lot of the other nanocopters that we've looked at. So the battery is totally encased. Motors are slightly higher up than what I usually see on a nanocopter. Sometimes the motors come right the way down to the bottom here, depending on how powerful they are and the different types of motors used. Little FPV front-facing camera there as well, which we're going to attach to our smartphone and hopefully get a couple of videos out of. So all in all, this is a nice little indoor-outdoor, mostly indoor to be honest with you, quadcopter. Now I say mostly indoor, I do prefer flying these indoors. The reason I'm not today is because one, the house is a mess, two, the dogs will go nuts. So I thought I'd come out here. Alright, so there's one other thing I've got to say as well. I couldn't get this plastic off here at all, see? It's totally on there. I didn't want to take a knife before doing the test flight, so we may find that towards as this is the back right of the copter, it may pull a little bit just because this is a little weight which is uneven. So I'm going to try and see if I can just counter steer it. We'll take off and see what it's like first off, and if it does require a bit of countermeasures, then I will obviously do that. But just to let you know, if you do see it pulling backwards, it could be just because of this here. Without further ado then folks, let's take to this guy. I've just popped her on there. Let's see if we've got anything. Yeah, so we've got red LEDs for the back there, and we've got green LEDs for the front. So little on and off button is just here. There's the red LEDs for the back, there's the green LEDs for the front. Okay, let's knock on the transmitter. Simple one up, one down will then bind to the quadcopter. As you can see now, the LEDs are no longer flashing, they are solid. So we should be able to take off, and up we go. This is remarkably quite quiet. Normally these little nanocopters, they make more noise than you could ever imagine, but this guy, he's quite quiet, and you know what, little fella, I appreciate that. So off we go. First of all, first impressions, well, it took off. It flies straight. It turns. That's pretty good. Yeah, I like that. He's cutting through the breeze quite nicely. Haha, nice little spiral upwards there. So as soon as you give it a little bit of power, up he goes. That's really cool. He's a little bit darty, but you do get that with these nanocopters. I'm trying to keep it as close as I can to myself, folks, because I know these are quite a nightmare to see a little bit further on if they get a little bit of distance from you. So, flies really well with the transmitter. Powers really well. Alright, so you've seen how good this can fly with the transmitter. Let's bring it back and let's try it with a smartphone and get some video as well. Okay, so I've just knocked the transmitter off. Now we've got our smartphone. So I downloaded, so first of all let's attach to the Wi-Fi. So let's have a little look and see what we got. We should have, there we are, RC Leading Open Wi-Fi Network. Let's connect to that. Connected, no internet. Let's wait for the obligatory Android notification saying this hasn't got any internet. There he is. Don't ask again. Yes. Okay, so then we've got, should be RC Leading. Now you'll get the QR code for this, which you scan with your smart device from the manual that comes with this little thing. So now let's click play. There we go. So we've got some video being relayed. So if I move the quadcopter, haha, there we go, perfect. So let's knock on recording video. Let's put on our little transmitter dials, and let's take to the sky again. Now, up we go. Okay, it's only going to be a short demonstration from the smartphone. I just want to get some video because I am absolutely terrible at controlling via a smart device. Oh, it looks as if the batteries are going. No, can't be. We've hardly had any time with her. But look, she's on full power. Right, okay, we've got a little bit of video. Let's knock off the recording now, so at least we can use that. Let's go back to the transmitter. I don't want this guy to use up everything before we've actually managed to had a little bit of time with him, because it does feel as if we haven't had that much time with him at all. Oh no, it's fine. Oh, that's weird. For all the world, from the smart device with full power, he just wasn't doing anything. He was on 100% speed as well. So you would have thought with that he would have actually flown quite well. But at least we've got a little bit of video now, so at least we can see what this guy is actually putting out. Oh, see, it's just, I find this so much fun, so relaxing. Come on then, little dude. And there's hardly a breeze here today, so he's able to cut through it quite well. And then he hits the breeze and gets catapulted. Really nicely, and those LEDs really stand out as well. With a lot of LEDs, they're either really bad quality or they're just not enough clustered together, whereas these, they're single LEDs. I don't know how well they're coming across on the camera, but they really are bright. Fair play to him, he is doing remarkably well. So, rated battery time for this. Oh, the lights are flashing. That does say the battery's on his way out. Just as I talk about the battery, what's the chances? Rated battery time for this is about 8 to 10 minutes apparently. Now it feels as if we haven't had that much out of this, but obviously I will comment on the video if we haven't. But sometimes the videos seem to me as if they're really short. I get back. Oh, look at that. He just dropped out of the sky. Nothing whatsoever. Absolutely nothing. As I was saying, it feels as if we haven't had that much time with it, where in fact we have. So, there we go. Well, I tell you what, let's take him back and let's get a little verdict on this guy. Alright, so here we go. Well, first off, we didn't notice any difference with this little band being attached, so I'm quite glad about that. Oh, looks as if it's coming apart there a little bit. Oh, there we go, clips back in. Perfect, no damage done. That must have been from where it landed, just when the battery died. So, impressions, yes. So we've done a little bit of FPV recording via the smartphone. I'm not great at that, folks, I do apologise. But it does mean we have got a little bit of video, so we can see the quality of this video from this lens. Now, this guy flew remarkably well. One thing I found with the Cheerson CX-10, which is a smaller version made by, which is a small nanocopter made by Cheerson, as soon as you take off, that thing is really darty. It flies like hell, and it really does every slightest movement, and it has the biggest impact on the quadcopter. This little guy though, the smallest, it's almost as if it's a complete reversal. You have to move the analog sticks quite a lot to get this thing to do something, which is good. I prefer that rather than touching slightly and it just goes berserk. Flight time rated 8 to 10 minutes. Doesn't feel as if I've had that today, but obviously I'll comment in the video to say if we have or if we haven't. Now, battery all encased, that is a great little model, but apart from the fact if the battery does die, what do? You've got a couple of screws there. You can undo the screws, take the battery out and replace it for a similar battery. Sturdiness, very sturdy. As you can see, it did fall from the sky, it did unclip from here, but I hasten to add, it unclipped like that. See? It didn't snap like a lot of quadcopters would have snapped. This guy didn't, it just unclipped, and that's brilliant. That really does give me a little bit of confidence in this guy. We have hardly got a breeze here today, but still this guy was able to cut through the breeze that we do have and come out the other end without any issues. So fair play, I really quite like this guy. Now the issues I have are with this. Now, I know there's not really a lot you can do with a nano quadcopter transmitter, but a couple of things you can do is you can put shoulder buttons in. You can put another little button in to record a video. Now what I'm missing are the two buttons here, otherwise I would have been pulling stunts left, right and centre. But unfortunately, without these buttons here, you're only left with the trim buttons, and that's no good for pulling stunts. So, unfortunately, couldn't be done on this, but it can be done. There is a little button on the smartphone, so hopefully that will work instead. So, all in all, I'm really quite happy with this guy, but I would say, to my reckoning, I would much prefer this to be an indoor copter than outdoor. Obviously, be careful around your precious and fragile things. I don't want to be smashing them, but at the same time, if you are out here with one of these, if you are to fly it, unless you fly at stupid o'clock in the morning like myself, then there's a possibility that the wind itself could take it and it could just carry it off. And it does happen remarkably easy with these nanocopters, so do take care. Alright then folks, so thanks ever so much for watching and listening. I've been JD, you've been fantastic as always. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Hello and welcome to all the new subscribers. I hope you're enjoying the channel. So until next time my friends, happy flying.